Okay, so today we're gonna look at a series that's a bit more interesting. Well, at least to me, is Megaman ZX, which is actually part of the Megaman X series, or at least a sequel anyway. If you're curious about ZX, the way it basically worked, now don't quote me on this, because I'm not gonna lie, Megaman X gets a little bit confusing with all the sequels is you need to keep in mind. It started off with Mega Man, then there's Mega Man X, Mega Man 64, Mega Man Legends, Mega Man Zero, and then Mega Man ZX. And I don't know if this is true or not, but from what I've read, some people are claiming that some of the Mega Man X games don't even take place in the same continuity. Basically, kind of like Mega Man X actually takes place in a separate timeline from Mega Man X6 takes place in a separate timeline from Mega Man X7, so it gets really confusing. Anyway, ZX is supposed to take place about 200 or 300 years after Mega Man Zero, and the basic idea is that if you ever played the Mega Man X games, it's that Reploids, basically made peace with humans, and all humans are more or less cyborgs now. There's not really a difference between humans and machines. Well, some people turned evil again, became what are called Mavericks, in other words, evil people. And after that, some Reploids, or some of the human slash cyborg people, formed what are known as the Defenders to help defend them against the evil Mavericks, and a company known as, I think it was Slither, or was formed also to help deal with this new threat. So the basic idea here is that there's what's called Biometal, and that's what you actually use for your powers in this game. And Biometal's made from heroes from long ago, like Zero and X and all those other people. And you actually collect these biometals. You can see the list here. Here's one for Mega Man X, here's one for Zero, and a bunch of other different characters, and they give you powers. And the basic gist is that, the company is actually evil, wants to collect these biometals, and you need to stop them. Story's interesting enough. Graphics are good for a DS game, and gameplay is okay. And really, it's like any other Mega Man game. It's your basic run and jump and shoot. You have all the same basic stuff. Just instead of collecting powers from, well, I mean, you still collect powers there, but instead of like the normal system, you instead collect these biometals, which just give you powers based on each individual. Like Zero, it's more like using swords and slashes and stuff like that. X, it's using his laser gun. A lot of guys have a primary weapon and a sub weapon that you can switch between as well. So, just to give kind of like differences, you have equipable items here also that just have different effects or impacts there. And that's really about it. Oh, yeah, and cards as well. So, I mean, it's very much your typical Mega Man game. If you're going to enjoy it or not really just depends on your taste when it comes to these games here. I mean, I'm a little bit iffy on the story, I suppose, but Mega Man's just gotten confusing with the story a long time ago. As far as gameplay goes, though, the game's pretty solid. I mean, it's like every other Mega Man game. It's just going to take you a couple hours to beat it there, nothing too long, and probably 7 hours maybe or something like that. But it's a fun game. It's very straightforward. There's some minor differences in this, like you can choose to, take optional missions from people and stuff like that. Like I chose that mission there earlier to go collect an energy pack for that character, so she can create energy packs for everyone on board the ship. And I suppose at times it feels a little bit more plot driven than some of the other games, just because there's a bit more character interaction than there was in the old Mega Man X games there. So yeah, and if you're a Mega Man fan or Mega Man X fan, which Mega Man is still ongoing, for I remember they just made Mega Man 8 like 2 years ago. if you're a fan of these games, definitely check out ZX. I enjoy the series there. If you're just one of those people, it's like, oh my gosh, this series never seems to end. I'd probably avoid this because this definitely makes you feel that way. Because from what I remember, Megaman X is not hit a conclusive ending, and same story with ZX here. Is two sequels so far, and they still haven't ended it, so it's probably gonna be going for a while. Anyway, I hope you found my video to be useful. If you have any thoughts or questions, please feel free to comment on my video. Please feel free to like my video if you enjoyed it, found it to be helpful or informative, and also subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll be bringing you more videos like this soon.